Think now of your deepest pain, the one you never speak about, the memory you keep hidden under years of silence, the wound you thought time would soften but somehow it stayed, the resentment, the injustice, the thing that shouldn't have happened, the decision you wish you could reverse, the person you wish you could forget or forgive. Let it come into awareness, not to relive it, not to analyze it, but simply to notice that it still affects you today, right now in this moment. For your entire life you have been told one thing, that the past must be healed, that you must go back, revisit the pain, process it, integrate it, release it. You've been taught that the past is the cause and you are the effect. But what if none of this is true? What if the very search for healing is the final trick of the ego? What if the past you are desperately trying to fix doesn't actually exist? This is the radical teaching of Robert Adams. The past you seek to heal, he would say gently, simply does not exist, not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally. The past is a memory appearing now. The future is an imagination appearing now. Everything you call your life has only ever occurred now. Stay with me. Let this sink into the deepest layers of your being. Gas. We walk slowly, quietly, into this truth. Because once you see how the ego keeps you locked in this illusion of time, the grip of suffering dissolves. Not gradually, but in an instant, as effortlessly as a shadow disappears when you turn on the light. Human life, when viewed honestly, is nothing more than a series of present moments, moment after moment after moment, unbroken, continuous, eternal. But because the mind cannot tolerate the simplicity of the present, it creates something else, something called time, at a place to store its wounds, at a place to plant its fears, at a place to build the story of me. So ask yourself, have you ever lived anything at any moment that was not the present moment? The pain of yesterday, you only feel it now. The regret of 10 years ago, it appears only now. The anxiety about tomorrow, you experience it only now. Everything without exception arises now. And yet, we are convinced that the past has weight, substance, reality. We believe it left a scar. We believe it damaged us. We believe we must fix it. But Robert Adams reveals a far more liberating truth. You cannot heal the past because there is no past to heal. You can only awaken from the belief that it exists. Then why does it feel so real? Why does your chest tighten when you remember? Why does the body tense? Why does the mind replay the same moment over and over again? Because the ego requires the past to survive. The ego is not who you truly are. It is simply a bundle of memories, labels, stories, and most importantly, wounds. Without the story of a wounded past, there is no you as the mind imagines itself to be. The ego whispers, I am this way because of what happened. I am broken because of that moment. I must heal what was done to me. I must fix myself. Listen closely. The ego is not trying to heal. It is trying to continue. The ego uses the past to justify its existence. It uses the future to chase its desires. The present is death to the ego, because the present is silence, and in silence, the ego cannot breathe. So it never lets you stay here. It keeps you locked in a movie of memories because it knows the truth. If the past disappears, the ego disappears. And what remains is only the pure, infinite, silent self. The tragedy is this: when you believe the past is real, you live your life under the shadow of a ghost, a memory with no substance, an echo mistaken for a voice, a dream mistaken for reality. You give power to something that does not exist. Just look at the mechanism. A memory appears, emotion arises, you react, the ego strengthens. The story continues, and the cycle repeats. Not because the past is real, but because the reaction is real. This is why the past hurts. Because you believe the story when it appears. The mind retells the story. You feel it. You react. You confirm it. And the loop sustains itself. Robert Adams calls this the reverse psychology of enlightenment. You think you are healing the past, but actually, the ego is using the past to keep you unconscious. Beautiful, isn't it? How the ego hides in the very place you thought you were healing. So how do you break this cycle? How do you dissolve what feels so real, even if it is illusory? Not by effort, not by forcing, not by fixing, not by reviewing the story again, and definitely not by chasing another technique. You dissolve it by seeing it, not analyzing it, not suppressing it, not fighting it, not healing it, Seeing it, this is the essence of Robert Adams' teaching, witnessing. When a painful memory arises, you have only two options. You react. You dive into the story, strengthen the ego, and fall. Deeper into suffering, you witness. You simply observe the sensation, the emotion, the thought without judgment. You do nothing. You allow it to rise and fall on its own. Because every thought is like a cloud, passing through the vast, clear sky off your consciousness. The sky is not affected by the cloud. You are not affected by the memory. The past hurts only when you identify with it. When you witness it, its power dissolves. Robert Adams often compared the past to a dream. While you are dreaming, the dream feels real.it, has emotion.it, has fear.it, has pain.it, has story. But the moment you wake up, you realize something extraordinary. The dream never affected you. Not one bit.it was an appearance in awareness.it came.it went. You remained untouched. The same is true of your past. You think it shaped you, you think it scarred you, you think it wounded you. But it never touched the real you, the self, the consciousness, the silent witness. How could a memory touch the infinite? When the past arises, Robert Adams gives one instruction. Use it as a stepping stone to awakening. Not to fix the story, but to discover the one who believes the story. Here is the process, simple yet revolutionary. A painful memory appears, a thought, a regret, a feeling. Acknowledge gently. A memory is arising. Turn the attention inward and ask, to whom is this arising? The mind will reply automatically, to me, to my wounded self. Then ask the question that dissolves the ego. Who am I? Who is the me to whom this story belongs? Do not answer intellectually, do not think, do not search. The question redirects your attention from the object, the story, to the subject, the self. And in that shift, the ego collapses. The story loses energy. The past dissolves, because the past exists only for the ego. When the ego is not present, the past has no power. Robert Adams would say, there is nothing to heal. There is nothing to fix. There is only the realization of who you truly are. Everything else, the trauma, the regret, the guilt, the identity, is simply the mind playing its favorite game. When you remain as the witness, everything disappears. The past, the future, the label of me, the problem, the suffering. What remains is your natural state, peace, stillness, presence, love. This is what you have always been. Not wounded, not broken, not incomplete, whole. The scriptures use a powerful analogy, eye in the dark. You see a rope and mistake it for a snake. You panic. Your heart races. Fear arises, pain arises, but when the light turns on, the fear disappears instantly. Not because you fixed the snake, but because the snake was never there. Your past is the same, a rope mistaken for a snake, a memory mistaken for reality. Once the light of consciousness shines upon it, the fear dissolves, not slowly, not after years of processing, instantly, because you discover the truth. There was never anything to fear. You are in the right place, at the right time, exactly as you are. Not one moment is out of place. Not one experience is a mistake. Everything has brought you to this point, to the realization that nothing needs to be healed. Your job is not to fix an illusion. Your job is simply this, to relax, to be calm, to be at peace, to surrender the mind to the heart. The heart is silence. The heart is truth. The heart is your real nature. When the mind bows to the heart, the ego falls away. The past dissolves. And what remains is the vast, unbroken peace that has been waiting for you your entire life. If this truth resonated with you, if you feel a quiet recognition within, an inner yes, a remembrance of something you've always known, then it is time to stop carrying the burden of a past that never existed, time to stop healing what was never broken, time to awakento the silence that is your true home. Stay with this teaching. Let it wash over you. Let it dissolve the stories. Let it reveal the peace you have always been. This is the pathless path, the silent way, the way back to yourself.